Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, hola, and anything else you want to say. Welcome back to Reboot Your Thoughts podcast. It's been a few weeks and we are now on season 4. If anybody's not heard the last, no, was it the last episode? I don't even know when I told you. I think it might have been on socials actually. So if you're not following the socials, I wasn't in the best place for a few weeks, so we stopped the Christmas ones early just to salvage whatever I had left in me, and took a few weeks off. Then I wasn't sure if I was coming back last week or this week, and then I just thought, no, I need the extra week, so we've come back this week. Still not 100% because I was at the doctor today. I think my iron levels are low. We're just going through the motions at the minute. We are going through all the motions, and yes, I think I need a good dose of iron boosted into me. But that'll take time. We need to get tests done and everything else. So, you might be able to hear, got a dodgy throat. I thought it was because I had a migraine since last weekend, I think it was. But I think I'm actually getting a throat infection because my ears are sore. I've been falling asleep. It's just one of the ones. But again, we just roll with it. You gotta take your time. You gotta say what you say. Don't let anybody get in your way or any illness. So we're back. We'll see how we go. If you didn't see my video on socials today, we have a couple of guests lined up for this season. So far, one has requested to come on. I was going to try and get her on this week, but then she's asked me to read her book. So I'm going to read her book first and then have her on, so it maybe take a couple of weeks to get her on. Somebody else I want to bring on who I was due to have on through Christmas. So try and reschedule that one because that'll be a good one. And then if anybody else would like to come on, just write in. You can either send a message on social media. You get, what have we got? TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And then if you would prefer to email, you just email, sorry, my head's all over the place. Email in at rebootyourthoughtspodcast@gmail.com. So that's that bit out the way. We normally do that bit at the end, but I just thought while I was talking about guests, I would just do it now. Do it now. So, how was everybody's Christmas and New Year? Did you have a quiet one? Did you make the most of it? Did you fully party yourselves out? I spent most of the time sleeping, to be fair. We stayed up to say Happy New Year to each other, and then I think we all went to our bed at midnight, just after midnight, like before 5 past. I think we were on our beds. Christmas was quiet. My mum was supposed to come round, but she wasn't well, so just took Carmichael round there. And that was that. Never really done anything else. We just chilled. Made the most of having the time together, because normally everybody's working or at college or doing something, so it's very rare that for a full day or a full fortnight you've got everybody in the house at the one time. So yes, that was that. So what we're going to talk about today, we're just talking. We're just talking. So this time of year, you get everybody struggles with something, or most people struggle with something in January, whether it be communicating with others, finances, getting back into a routine, whatever it is. I think I've probably struggling with just about everything. So the getting back into a routine, oh my lord, last week the first day my alarm went off last week, I was like, what is that noise? Do you know that way when you're still sleeping and you just don't recognise the noise? You're like, what's going on? What's happening? Where am I? What's the world coming to? Is there a war? Help! Is there a fire? No, it's your phone telling you to stop being so lazy and get out of your bed. So yes, I struggled with that one the first day. The whole, say when you've got time off and the routine thing, it does take a wee bit to get back into. But if you're struggling to communicate with anybody, as you can see, because I'll talk and talk. I don't tend to struggle communicating with people. There'll be people I'll avoid to communicate with just purely because I don't want to. But I'm very rarely lost for words. But if you are struggling to communicate with anybody, whether it's because the relationship is breaking down, or you're just not feeling yourself, or maybe they're not feeling themselves, or you don't know what's going on, or whatever reason it may be, start a process, start something, start a way, whether it be you text them or leave them a wee post-it note, or you make more of a harsher decision where you decide that maybe you need to go for counselling or some sort of therapy together. Maybe if it's your partner, maybe you need a date night. If it's a family member, maybe you just need a third person there, a family member, a friend, to sit there and make sure the conversation keeps flowing. If it's your child, then sometimes, especially if it's a teenager, that can be a bit trickier. So taking advice before you start making the move to discuss whatever it is you want to discuss, I would highly recommend. Sorry, I heard a noise there and I got a fright. I thought I maybe had a ghost, or there was things moving. I don't know how they were moving. And I thought, oh, did I get an unwanted visitor? Anyway, sorry about that. So when it comes to teenagers, it can be a bit trickier. Especially if it's a teenager who's going through something, or they're just going through the teenage motions, because they're hard enough. And you almost feel as if you're treading on eggshells sometimes, because you don't want to say the wrong thing, but you don't want to say nothing or not say anything. Told you my brain's not braining at the minute, because I'm just, everything's, I think at this time, we're shutting down for the day. I think our brain's shutting down for the day. But then I did make you a video about 1:30 today, and it wasn't working at that point either. So maybe it's just the brain's not braining at all today. But listen, that's all right. Working through the motions. But yeah, so if it's a teenager, I would maybe, if you're worried about saying the wrong thing, seek advice. And my messages, my email, everything's always opened if you want advice, if you want something a bit more, if you want to book in for appointments, because obviously we do have family and one-to-one or joint appointments, whatever it is you want. We can accommodate anybody. So yeah, ask advice, or look up something that if there's something that they enjoy doing, see if there's something in the area, because it could be good to have something that's taking your mind off the conversation while you're having the conversation, if that makes sense. For example, art, if you're drawing, if you're playing games or whatever else. So you could be doing one thing while having a chat, so you don't have to be having eye contact with each other. It doesn't have to feel as strict, if that makes sense. But yeah, listen, whatever anybody's going through just now, or at any time of the year, please make sure you're doing whatever needs to be done, because as long as you've put in as much effort as possible, or done everything that you can, then nobody can say anything about it. So say for example a relationship breaks down, but you've tried as much as you can. You've tried, and sometimes things just don't work out, and that's okay. Just don't beat yourself up about it. If you're struggling financially, there are people out there that can help, whether it be food banks, or if you need help with your gas and electricity. So if you don't know how to ask, you can ask your GP, you can ask your social work department. If you've got a baby or a toddler, you could ask your health visitor. If you're too embarrassed, write in. I mean, there's no reason to be embarrassed, but write in and I can find out the information for you wherever you are. Or I'll try at least and find information for you. Who remembers me saying last year that I was going to write a book, and because I told you it was on the podcast, I had to do it because it was out there. And my plan was to have it published by the end of last year. Well, It's not published yet, but the reason it's not published yet is when I initially started it, it was affecting me because of the storyline. So then I stopped for a while, then I went back to it, and I changed a couple of bits, and then I still wasn't happy with it. So it's still the same storyline, but I've written it slightly differently. So I've started it from scratch again, and in actual fact I've got a lot further on by doing that, and I'm a lot happier with it. We're thinking it could let's not like jump the gun here, but we're thinking potentially this summer it could be out. I don't know. I'm now not sure if I'm going to publish this one under my name or under a pen name, and the reason I'm saying that is because I also want to write sort of self-help type books. So I'm not sure. I'm going to take advice on that one. I'm not sure whether to do different genres under the same name, or whether, like, under my name, or whether to do it, the self-help books under my name, because obviously I've got the business and everything else, and then put the other books under a pen name. And I say books because the way I'm writing now, there could be a sequel to it. And then if it does take off, it could be something that I do along with everything else, because I'm actually quite enjoying it. I'm actually quite enjoying writing. I do enjoy reading. I go through phases where I read and I don't read. So yeah, that's my wee update on that. I've already got my cover ready. I've incorporated something to do with a friend that passed away last year, so because she will be part of the story, although it's, I don't know if I've told you this, there's bits of it that's going to be sort of true. There's parts of the storyline that obviously when you hear a lot of people talking about when they're writing a story, there's people in their life that they use them to make a character, and this person is that. She'll be in there because she was so full of life. So to incorporate the fact that she'll be a character in the story, I've in a sense incorporated something to do with her on the cover. I don't want to say too much yet, so I'm excited. And I'll keep you all posted. I've got Ainsley. She's every day, how you get on with the book, how you get it. She's got it published, sold it and everything, I think, already. She's like, right, we'll get this done, we'll do it. And she's going through all the motions with it the other day when I was reading the bits that I read. I sent her my introduction and let her read it, and I was like, oh, what do you think? I don't know. Because we all know none of us ever think anything we do is good enough. It doesn't matter how much confidence you think you have or you do have. There'll always be, if it's something like that where you're putting your heart and soul into it, then you're not going to be 100% happy with it until you hear other people's opinions. So she enjoyed the introduction. Then I read her the first parts. They set a couple of chapters that I've started. None of the chapters are fully finished, but I've started a few chapters. She's like, oh my God, you're such a good writer. And I thought, you went to school with me, do you remember I hated English? Because she was in all or most of my classes at school. Obviously, I think there was a couple of subjects she took that I didn't take, and vice versa. But yeah, we went to school together, and we were a pair of rogues together. And that's the be all and end all of it. So yes, that's I can't believe I've actually started writing it to the extent I'm at now, and to the possibility that it's going to be published and then another one starting, and then doing the self-help and all these different things, and you're lying in your bed and all these different ideas come to your head. And I'm terrible. If I think an idea, I've got to write it down there and then, or I forget it. And especially if I'm in my bed. But see if I'm too tired, I can't be bothered writing it down. I'm like, oh, it's alright, I'll remember in the morning, and then I don't, and then I get angry when I say it. But if we don't remember, it's just something that wasn't meant to be there. But what are all your ideas for this year? Is anybody changing anything up? Are you thinking about trying something that you've wanted to try for a long time but never plucked up the courage to? Or are you thinking about going back into education, changing your career, starting a business maybe? Because a lot of people start thinking about these things at this time of year, don't they? They start thinking about, right, how do I want this year to go or whatever else. I've normally done my 12-month plan by now. I feel as if my voice is going to go any minute. I've normally done my 12-month plan by now, but I've not done it this year. I think I'll do it tomorrow or Friday if I get a chance. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. My hair's still wet. I went in for a bath not because I was going to the doctors. I needed to go for a bath anyway. But I didn't get to dry my hair because I was going to the doctors. Came home, lay on the couch, fell asleep. My hair's still wet. I've just remembered. I need to do something with that, but then I'll probably forget about that by the time I come off because it's tied up, so I can't feel it against my neck or it. But yeah, what's everybody else thinking about this year? Because this is supposed to be, I'm going to get this wrong, but it's like the first year of the next sort of 10-year thing. But this is meant to be a good year for everybody. I'm going to get the whole thing wrong. It's like the year of, is this the year of the snake? Last year was the year? I can't remember. You only need to look it up. But yeah, so this year's meant to be a good one, but not until February the 17th. Is it the 17th or the 27th? Before the run of, I'm not going to say good luck, but it's just about you've got until February the 17th or 27th or something like that to get rid of all the negativity in your life, so that after that, when all the good starts coming in, then you'll feel the effects of it. Does that make sense? I don't know that I even made sense what I was saying. I'm going to look it up. Hold on. Right, I found it. So last year was the year of the snake. This is the year of the horse. So 2026 is the year of the horse in the Chinese zodiac, specifically the rare and dynamic year of the fire horse, beginning on February the 17th, 2026, and lasting until February the 5th, 2027, bringing energy, freedom and ambition, but also a need for balanced action and patience to avoid burnout. So the key aspects of the 2026 fire horse year: element fire, adding passion and intensity to the horse's natural traits. Timing starts with Lunar New Year on February the 17th, 2026, and it ends on February the 5th, 2027. Symbolism represents strong drive, independence, transformation and ambition, but also speed that can lead to overextension. Energy, a time for bold moves, pursuing goals and significant personal or societal change. Rarity, the fire horse combination occurs once every 60 years, making 2026 a significant year. Traits of the fire horse: people born in this year or influenced by it are seen as energetic, passionate, fiercely independent and unconventional. Predictions and advice: opportunities, expect progress, new projects and chances to excel. Challenges: the fast pace can bring pressure, risk of burnout or impulsive decisions, so you need to be careful of that and be mindful and be aware. And guidance: astrologers suggest practicing deliberate patience to harness the energy effectively. So listen, this is your time, everybody, to do everything you need to do to make not just this year but your future going forward now positive, and how you want to see it, how you've envisioned it. Get your vision board ready, get ideas in your head, get them written down, start making plans, but not just make a plan, start acting on that plan. So, because it's pointless you writing something down saying, want to go back to college, or I want to go to university, I want to start having a family, I want to get married, I want to start dating, I want, but not actually doing anything to help or to make it happen. I mean, that's a bit like me. I say so many times, I mean, I change my mind every 24 seconds. 1 minute I say I'm ready to start dating again, then I'm like, nah, I can't be bothered with it, I'm too busy, blah blah blah. If I really wanted to start dating, I'd do something about it. But I don't know that I really do. I do, but I don't. But I've always been I'm a bit funny when it comes to dating, because it can be a bit tedious sometimes in getting to know people, and sometimes the things that people don't always want you to get to know them properly. So yeah, I'm just, sometimes it's like once bitten twice shy, but I've got other things that are more important to me that I want to do and I want to achieve over dating. If dating happens, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I want to progress my business, I want to progress my knowledge, so I've started studying again. I've got a couple of courses that I'm doing this year. I want to get at least 1 book out this year, potentially 2. If I really want to run with it, I could potentially get 3 out, depending what kind of books, if I'm talking about the self-help ones as well. Yeah, there's loads, absolutely loads. But obviously I've been saying it for a long time, I also want to move house, and moving house takes precedent over dating 100%. Obviously if I can get the books out there, they can help with the move, because it means that if people are buying the books, I've got more financial support to pay the bills. So yeah, we will see what happens this year, but I've got things that are more important than dating, because if I, like I said, if I really wanted to date, I would do it. I'm just not fussed. I think I'm just going through the motions at the minute. I say I'm going through the motions, I've been through the motions for years, for a full lifetime I think. But yeah, but here's another thing. So do you ever see something and it reminds you of your childhood or somebody from your childhood? So I was looking at houses today, and sometimes I'll get emails saying, oh, there's a house came up that's within your sort of spec that you're looking for. And I had to look, and it was one of my childhood best friends. She's not lived there since I think we were about 11. I'm sure they moved down south, they moved to England I think, but one of my childhood best friends, it was her house that's up for sale. And I was like, oh, I can't believe that's like, because I'll drive by it sometimes and I'll always think about her, or I'll say to the boys, oh, my best friend for primary school lived in that house or whatever else, and I'll tell them stories. But then when I seen it up for sale, and I was like, is that a sign? I don't have the money to buy that one, but it just kind of made me think, and I think it's kind of gave me a kick up the bum as well. But also I've got somebody from my past that I'm trying to reconnect with. And I know they say social media and all that, but listen, Linda, we've tried the whole social media thing. But yeah, it's reconnecting, because I've got quite a few friends, we all grew up together, whatever else, that have passed away now, and we're not old. I mean, for all the kids all think that we're all old. I mean, they think the minute you're in your 30s you're old. We thought it as well. If we're honest, we thought it as well when we were younger. Oh my God, my mum's ancient or my dad's ancient. But there's people that I would like to get back in my life, and there's people I'd like to just stay away, to the point, oh my goodness me, right? So I've got a really dark sense of humour, and sometimes my mum doesn't know how to take me, which is great, because we can really wind her up at times. So, well, but why were we talking about funerals? Or we were talking about people. It was when she was in hospital the last time. I went up to visit her and I said, here, I've got a question for you. And she's like, what? I says, can I bar somebody for your funeral? And she automatically thought I meant my brother. She went, hey, Aileen, he's my son. He needs to be there. I went, I actually wasn't talking about him. I was talking about somebody else. So then I told her. And she went, if you want. So I've had her permission. I can bar people for a funeral. I quite like that idea. Because my thing is, with certain people, I don't mean like friends from the past where you've lost contact with, because we've all been to funerals or whatever else, or we'd go to funerals for people that you're not in daily contact with. I'm talking about family members who don't make any effort. Don't come to my funeral. Especially if we've never liked each other, ever. So, I remember when I was in my 20s or I was in my 30s, and me and my friend were talking, and I said to her, I would quite like to have security guards at my funeral. Say this as if I'm like an A-lister, but I don't mean it like that. It's not because I think there's going to be all this paparazzi. It's because I want people kicked out. If your name's not down, you're not getting in. One of the ones. So I said to my pal, so if I write a list, because she's as daft as me, if I write a list, I could get security to say, show me your ID. And she's like, I'll be your security, I'll do it. And I was like, yes. So I'm thinking my funeral is going to have bouncers with a list of names. And it's not just a list of names, because don't think that you can just come up and say, my name's Jimmy McBride or whatever, and you're getting in because you think that name's on the list or whatever. It's actually not going to be a list of names that's allowed in. It's a list of names that's not allowed in. So you all need to show photographic ID, and none of your fake malarkey. Don't be bringing your fake ID, because by the time I die, fake ID will hopefully be a thing in the past. So there's a wee tip for you. If there's anybody you don't like and you don't want them at your funeral, maybe because you're going to tell a bad story about them. Well, you're not going to tell a story because you're just lying there having a wee sleep. But get bouncers on the door. ID, please. Photographic ID. If you've not got ID, then I don't know what you're going to do. That's your problem. That's a you problem, not me, indeed. Show your Facebook page. There you go. Show your Facebook with your name and your photo. What other ideas can we come up with? I don't know. I can only think of one idea at a time. I think I turned my mic down. Don't know about that either. I just don't know. So, does anybody have a true story? Whether it be funny, sad, you just want to get it off your chest, anything like that you would want to come on and talk about, or even if you want me to tell it, but personal details would all be changed just so that I don't get sued, you don't get sued, and it doesn't bring any problems to you. If you want to tell it, we can change your voice, change your name, change everything. If you don't want anybody to notice you, it can be done audio only, or audio and video. Or do you want to come on as a guest? We spoke about that at the start. You can come on as a guest and talk about anything at all. It could be something to do with mental health. It could be about you working in mental health. It could be your journey. It could be something to do with a family member. Do you have anybody who's neurodivergent or that has disabilities and it maybe affects the full family? Like, this is about everybody coming together and all helping each other out. So maybe you've figured out something that nobody told you, and you think that other families or other couples or whatever might benefit from the information. Do you want to advertise your business or your charity, anything to do with your community, on the podcast? Or would you even like to sponsor the podcast? So there's packages for everybody, whether it be sponsoring or advertising, and you will be shared, your business or charity, whatever it may be, will be shared on the podcast and on all social media pages. But again, it depends what package you choose. This is just going to be a short one because we're just coming back, we're just getting ready, we're just getting back. Let's get back to business. The voice is semi-voicing, it comes and goes, but I didn't want to miss another week. I'm so tired at the minute. We've got no energy, we've got no nothing in us. There's nothing in the tank this week, last week, or any week just now until I get these bloods done and get my iron tablets or whatever that is they give me. But yeah, season 4 is here, and let's make it the best yet. Let's make it full of guests, full of stories, full of excitement, full of everything, full of lots of information for people. Actually, do you know what? I got a book and it was somebody else who had bought it and they put it on Instagram. Wait till I tell you what it was called. It's something like, why did no one tell me this before? And it's good because it's got a different chapter for different struggles you might be going through, whether it be grief, mental health, blah blah blah. So what's it called? I bought it on Amazon. Why has nobody told me this before? And it is by Dr. Julie Smith. Dr. Julie Smith. You can get it on audio as well. It's really good. So I would highly recommend that if somebody's looking for a book. And it's not a traditional self-help book, it's just wee tips and things. I've not finished reading it yet, I've only just started it, but I already love it. So yes, if you're looking for something, I would recommend that. I was going to start a book club, online book club, so if anybody would be interested in that, write in and tell me, and we can get that started. I need to get my other podcast, the business one, back up, but I think I'm going to leave that one until February or March. I want to get my health together, I want to get this sorted, I want to get the book and everything, get right into that. But if anybody would like me to start a book club, if you are interested in reading, and we do it online and we do it all together, we can do it on Zoom or wherever people want to do it, and it means it doesn't matter where you are in the world, just can all join in. Write in, let me know, and I'll get it started. I say that as if I know what I'm talking about. I say, listen, if it's a day my brain works, I know what I'll talk about. I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, let me know. We'll have a look into that, and I'm going to leave it there for this week. But everybody take care of each other, take care of yourselves, make sure you're incorporating self-love, self-care, self-everything, so that you can look after others. Make sure you look after yourself. If you are struggling and you would like to ask me a question, advice, or you would like to book in, you can either write into the social media pages for here, Reboot Your Thoughts podcast, or for the Reboot Sanctuary, or you can find the website, therebootsanctuary.com. I can help people worldwide, because we'll just do it over Zoom if you're not anywhere near. And that's about it. Remember, there is counselling and coaching, so there's business coaching, wellness coaching and life coaching, so whether it's to do with your everyday life or whether it's to do with your business, will help. Anyway, that's enough talking for today. I will go for now. I'll be back next week, potentially with a guest, maybe not. We'll see if we can get anybody booked in, because like I said, I've got 2 guests lined up, but I'm not sure when I'm booking them in yet, because one, I need to read the book, and the other one, I know they've got family coming up from England to visit this week, so it might be the week after for them. I'm not sure. We'll see. Listen, like I said, you've got to roll with it, and we'll see what happens. But take care of yourselves. Just get all that negativity out before the 17th of February, and I'll speak to you all next week. Bye.